Haridas Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Om Jnanatimirandasya, Jnanam Jnanasilakaya, Sakshur Militan Jnatasmai Shri, Gurave Namah. Mukam Karoti Vajanam, Pangul Langayade Idim. Shri Guru Vyatana. Paramanandama Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you. So just a small introduction. So my name is Haridas. My diction name. I'm originally from Chile, from South America. And I came in contact with Bhagavad Gita, with Bhakti, with Sanatana Dharma when I was 17 years old, in 2003. So I was already vegetarian, but I didn't believe in God. I have many questions, and I didn't get any answer from my parents or any other religion. And in Bhagavad Gita, I really start to have a lot of answers. So I start to chant the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, and slowly, I start to realize that everyone has a relation with God, and I start wanted to cultivate mine. So I was in college, and then I decided to be a brahmachari. So I have been living in temples since 2007, and in India since 2010. So mainly I live in the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Sri Mayapura, and I'm very happy that we are here together. If anyone would like to say something about yourself, for example, we can start. If you want to share something, like why you are here, why you like bhakti, you can tell me a little bit, and that also will help me to speak more. So if anyone now wants to say anything about your experience, how you came to Krishna consciousness, how you like here, you can say something now. So that will help me.
We really enjoyed the prasad.
Oh, prasad. Which one? Which preparation you like the most? Paneer? Yeah. Anyone else?
We love the
Rasgulla. Okay. Very good. Anyone else? Yes.
Even I had the same thought. Earlier, I was also like, I never used to believe on God. Then COVID time gave a very tough, good lesson to everyone. I started reading Bhagavad Gita, then I came to Mumbai, and 2 years back I came to Mumbai, and with God grace, I came in contact with these people. So
Very good.
I started my bhakti. So life is always tough. Either person works in corporate or whatever person does in his life. Life is tough. So person looks for peace sometimes at a point of time, not in the beginning.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? Yes.
We used to casually come to the temple, but then we felt Krishna's presence in our life. He started helping us and there with us. He used to make arrangements for us. So then we became more inclined to God.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So we are very lucky because in our culture there is so much knowledge. Prabhu was saying life is very tough. So fortunately, in our culture of Sanatana Dharma, there is so much instructions, so much help to make us understand why life is so tough. Why so many questions? People will question why, if God is so kind, why He will make life so tough. And it's basically, the answer is in Bhagavad Gita, that because we don't belong to this place. We belong a place where we are always happy, where life is not tough. But to be in that place, we need to be qualified, we need to learn. So we are here to learn that path. And also, in our scriptures, there is so much knowledge. But if we want to be happy, and with happiness come peace, that we need to find that way that bring us to that. Because as I say, in our culture, there is so much knowledge, and it's very easy to get deviated. So that way is very important to understand the essence. And for this era, for this time, the more easy process is the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna in congregation. There is so many processes that are good process, but the best process for the era where people are working to get the like very hard, like 10 hours sometimes just to get to your job, you need to go in a train full of people for 2 hours. It's very hard. So the best process to have this transcendental understanding is the path of bhakti, and the source, the main pillar and easy is to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. And through that process, we realize our connection with God. Because without developing our relation with God, we have relation with our parents, with our kids, with our husband, with our wife. We have relationships, but we have an eternal relationship with a person that gives us eternal happiness, and the only person is God. So through the bhakti process, we develop that relationship. And as Prabhu say, Mataji, you were sharing that life is tough, it's difficult, but you came to the right path, no? Mataji, enjoy prasad. Prasad is not different from God. The holy name is not different from God. So through this process, gradually, we develop that relation. And as Bhagavad Gita say, it doesn't matter if we are in a place of difficulty, but if we learn how to transcend that, like in the Gita say, that the person that is able to be equal when there is cold, when there is hot, when there is happiness, or when there is suffering, the person that is equal in all these situations could get that real happiness. And this is what we learn in bhakti. That doesn't mean that because we are coming to the path of bhakti, everything will be easy. Sometimes externally things are becoming tough, but because you have this connection with God, with other peoples that want the same, internally you become peaceful, happy, satisfied, independently of what is outside. So everyone here in India knows Lord Krishna, Lord Ram, Lord Shiva, Parvati. Recently, we have this very important opening of the Ram temple. It's a very, very good time for bhakti in all over the world. And we should try to take advantage of this gift of Sanatan Dharma. But not many people know about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Krishna, Lord Ram, everyone knows. But in many scriptures, it is said that in Kali Yuga, the same Krishna come to teach us how to be a devotee of Lord Krishna, how to follow the bhakti. And not only for that reason he comes, but to be a devotee of Krishna is so happy that the Lord himself wants to experience that. And we are very lucky because Krishna comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to show us how to behave, how to act in different situations. He was a grihasta, then he was a sannyas. So he showed us with his example how to live the life. It's very important that we try to cultivate his teachings. And he always say, chant the name of Krishna, follow the instruction of Krishna. So that's something very important that you are already doing. You are coming, you are to regular classes, you are learning about bhakti. So my humble request is that you try to go deep in this process. It's a process that is not new. It's a very ancient process. The chanting of holy name, the reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, worshiping deities, and being association with devotees, and gradually make our place a holy place. If we cannot live in a holy place, make our home a holy place where we put in the center Krishna. There is one Purana called Padma Purana, and there is a conversation between Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati. So Parvati asked to Lord Shiva, there is different worships in our Shastra. So what is the best worship? And he said that the best worship is the worship of Lord Vishnu. But even better than worship Lord Vishnu is to worship things. This is Vishnu Tadiyam, the things that are in connection with Vishnu. And one of the things that are very dear to Vishnu or Krishna are his devotees, the persons who are trying to propagate the path of bhakti, the persons that want to love Lord Krishna. So that's why also the Lord himself come as a devotee. And this devotee is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's not only Krishna, but it's Krishna in the mood of his internal potency, Srimati Radharani. When we go to the temple, we see 3 altars. So we see Gornitai that are not different from Krishna and Balaram. Then we have Radha Krishna or Radha Rasa Vihari. So we have Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu with his internal potency, Srimati Radharani, and we also have Sita Ram, Lakshman Hanuman. Lord Ram is the Supreme Personality, and Sita Ram, Sita is also the internal potency, Srimati Radharani, and Lakshman, brother of Krishna, Balaram. So they are all connected, but they have different missions. And in this era, we should try to learn very deeply and sincerely the easy process that Lord Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us. This is my humble request. I have practiced this for almost more than 20 years, and it works. It really works. And for you, it's even more easy, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that if you took birth in Bharatavarsha, you are very, very lucky, because the path of bhakti is easy for you. So it's your duty as a person who have this opportunity to take birth in Bharatavarsha to practice this path. And not only practice, but teach others. It's very important. So I can see that the bhakti for those who take birth in Bharatavarsha is much more easy, because your heart it's much more suitable for bhakti. By nature, you have culture, you have dharma. From childhood, you learn. So for you, it's very easy. But for us, for example, that we don't have this culture, it's much more difficult. You have also the concept of family. Family is also very important. It's a strong base to develop good habits, good strong knowledge, and that's very important. If you are parents, the best you can give to your kids is bhakti, the relation with God, because they can take their own decisions, but they will have the best and they can decide. And many people think that bhakti is only for brahmacharis or sannyasis. They are all fully engaged, so we cannot do anything. But that is not what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught. Most of the associates of Lord Chaitanya, they were grihastas. They were doing their duties, but they also were practicing with their families, worshiping Tulasi deities, and regularly chanting Harinam together. So this also, it's not only for those in the Tyaga Marg, like renounce. It's for everyone. Everyone can do it. Even a small kid. It's very easy and blissful. So my humble request is all of you, please continue what you are doing. You can inquire from Prabhuji, from the devotees who have more experience when you have problems, how to act. And when you read Shastra, when you hear the Harikatha, your intelligence become more sharp. Now in the present era, in the right moment, technology is very developed. There is so much information, but our duty to take advantage of that and use it for the right purpose. There is so much Harikatha, so much things in the modern world that we can hear while we do our duties, while we're going to work, while we cook. We can hear Harikatha, and that make us our intelligence very sharp. So this is my humble request. that you please continue, please go deep in your part of bhakti, and problems will come. This when you are studying something, you need to be tested. If you really understood what you are studying, what you are doing, there will be some tests. So the problems are the way that we are tested to see if we are really ready to go to the next step. So problems are not really bad, are good because help us to develop, to be more strong. If we are going through a difficult moment, that will make us become more stronger. But we can overcome that difficulty easily if we adopt the process of bhakti, which is the process recommended for this time, for this present moment. So, you have any question so far? If you want to ask any question, anything related to what I say or outside what I say, I want to open. If you want to ask anything that I can help you. Yeah.
How to go about reading Bhagavad Gita? Like I've tried reading, so now I've started coming to the classes, but still, like even personally, if I want to read, I'm not able to understand everything. Because even like, so purely what I believe that, okay, if we're given in bhakti, but we should also be doing or we should always be doing good acts of service in terms of God. Like, as in like, either feed someone or anything, but do some act of service because bhakti will keep going on. But if you're a Krishna consciousness, always remember that the other person is also going through a tough time. There will be problems for everyone. All you can do is be kind and have humanity in terms of that. But I have still so many questions. And I feel everyone has found that Bhagavad Gita is a solution for that. So I've tried reading it, but still, I don't really understand in depth exactly. And
Thank you.
yeah.
Very nice question. So, as you know, there is different Bhagavad Gitas. And depend of the translation, it's what you understand. So, the Bhagavad Gita that our Guru, Srila Prabhupada, translate, it explained me very clear. And in the introduction, he said that to understand the Bhagavad Gita, you need to hear, learn, and ask those who not only know Gita, but they practice. Many people speak so much about Bhagavad Gita, but they don't follow what the Bhagavad Gita say. So if you want to learn the Bhagavad Gita, you should approach to those who know the Bhagavad Gita and are practicing the Bhagavad Gita. So your question is very nice. So my suggestion will be that you start reading the Bhagavad Gita and write questions. And with that questions, you can approach to those who are teaching the Bhagavad Gita, and they can guide you. And also, they can tell you that there is so much about Bhagavad Gita in ISKCON. There is so much ways to learn. There is so many persons that have studied and practicing all their life the Bhagavad Gita. So they have kind of in the Shastras say that one of the most sweet fruits is the mango. But when a parrot eat this mango, that part where they eat, it becomes more sweet. So those who know the nectar, which is our Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, which are like a mango, they are like chewing the mango. So what they give you will be more sweet because not only they know, but they have experienced all their life practicing. And that person can help you, can guide you. And as you say, you mentioned something very important, like to take care of other persons. Like you are going through a tough time, but other persons have humanity. And this is the Sankirtan movement we are doing together. And there is some examples, like for example, if you have mango and you go out and distribute the mango, you will become without nothing. Like you will give everything, and your like basket of mango will become empty. But in the Sankirtan movement, is opposite. When you give mango, then your basket become more full. That means that when you are trying to take care of other person, then you also grow. It is said that the best way to learn is teaching. Because when you teach, It's not like you are teaching because you are a master. You are also a student. You're also learning. So that's very important that wherever you understand from Bhagavad Gita, from others, you try to also help others. It's a very important in the movement. But many person thinks that by helping others is like, for example, giving food or making hospitals. That is very important, but that will not last for long. It's helpful. It must be there. Education, health should be there in society. But there is something that people is missing. And this is the essence of everything, our relation with God, our love for God. When you have this love for God, automatically you have love for everyone. And that is not only for some time, it's forever. So you have a very good question. My suggestion is read the Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's easy because it's more clear. It's more for these times. It's more clear. Bhagavad Gita as it is by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He did that translation. All his life, he followed this Bhagavad Gita. He gave his life for Bhagavad Gita. He brought the message of Bhagavad Gita to the West. Was the first person in being successful. So what he explained in the purports, in the comments, are based on his experience, his life of bhakti. So it's very easy to understand, but it's even more easy when you study with others. So here in India, I see there is so many Bhagavad Gita classes. There is some classes online where like Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters. So each, they have Bhagavad Gita in 18 days. So each day, each weekend, they teach you one chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, but summarize, like you can understand the overview, and then you can see, oh yeah, this can solve this problem, this can solve this problem. So when I have this problem, I can do this, like that. Then they have a more detailed course, but that would be my suggestion. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, bro.
Can share some glories of Sri Dham Mayapura.
Okay, sure. See, when we go to a tirtha, we become more pure, more spiritualized. This is the importance of a tirtha. But in many shastras, it's mentioned that as Kali Yuga progress, all the tirthas become like less manifest. Many people will just go to the tirth to make business, and spirituality will become more covered, still powerful, but more difficult to access. But Sridham Mayapur, the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is opposite. Is as Kali Yuga progress, it become more developed, more easy to access the mercy, because it's a place where the main process of this Kali Yuga, the chanting of the holy name in congregation, started. So when you go to Mayapur, you can see that, you can perceive that, and it is mentioned that by staying in Mayapur Dham, you receive the same benefits of going to different pilgrimage places. Like in different Puranas, it says, like if you go to Jagannath Puri, Ajodhya, or Dwarka, different holy places, you get a lot of benefit. But in some places, all these benefits reside. So in Mayapur Dham is this kind of places where even when you sleep, the Lord considers that you are offering Astanga Pranam. Even when you sleep, when you eat, also the Lord accepts that as a service. So Mayapur Dham, Navadvip, has this special quality. Like for example, if you go to any tirtha, there is some rules you should follow. Like you should do this, but you should not do this. Because if you do that, all the benefit you will get lost. Like there is some rules. But in Mayapur, the mistakes doesn't count. Like, for example, if you go to a holy place and you serve Vaishnavas, you serve the cow, or you perform Ekadasi, Parikrama, you get so much benefit. But if you do a mistake, if you fight with someone, if you criticize someone, if you fight, that will also be minus, a big minus. Like if you do something good, will be 1,000 times more. But if you do something wrong, will be 1,000 times wrong. So it's very dangerous. It's like when you are shaving with a knife. If your little mistake, you cut your neck. So like that, tirthas are like that. But Mayapur is opposite. Even if you do mistakes, doesn't count, because this place was created by the internal potency of Krishna, Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani created that place for service of Krishna, and she is like a mother. Like a mother sees sometimes the babies commit some mistakes. She doesn't care. Say okay, it's very lovely. So Radharani is like that. So the Mayapur become full of this love for Radharani. So even if you do a mistake, okay, continue. You will change, my dear child. So that's the glories of Mayapur Dham. That is a very powerful place to advance, to change our heart. We have been in samsara for so many lives. So we have so many things that we need to clean, we need to learn. And for that, we need a correct process. So if you all get the chance, you should visit Sridham Mayapur at least 3 days, like that, and go to the different places. Here, the Shastras say that the best way to see, to visit a tirtha is through the ears. Sometimes we go to a place and we want to see everything. But in the spirituality, you see through the ears. You can see the reality through the Shastras, you hear. And gradually, as you become more pure, then you can see things, you can experience. But the first part is to hear. So we can go to Mayapur Dham, hear the glories of Mayapur Dham. Basically, that my experience living there for almost 15 years is that it's a very powerful place. That is a place full of love, of mercy. And if you want bhakti, it's the right place to be. And there is one samhita called Ananta Samhita, which is basically a conversation between Lord Shiva and Parvati. And there, Lord Shiva say to Parvati that this Dham is a manifestation of the love that Radharani have for Krishna. And that Dham also can be manifested in our heart, because in our heart the Lord resides. So when we want to serve the Lord, our relation will be developing from the heart. So our heart also will become a tirtha. But for that, our heart needs to be very, very clean. So even if we cannot be physically in Mayapur, we can make our home like Mayapur or Vrindavan a tirtha. And gradually our heart also will become a tirtha. So can also help other people. These are the glories of Mayapur. Very easy to advance. Yes, very beautiful place. As things become more developed, it's more difficult to appreciate the beauty. But in Mayapur, still you can see so much old places where Lord Chaitanya was there, and different Gaudiya Vaishnavas are trying to keep that places. So it's a very good place. Have you visited Mayapur, bro? Yeah.
But others have not.
Okay, very good.
We are
So,
planning a yatra.
very good. Yeah, should plan a yatra. Should, yeah. Yes.
Coming back to mistakes, like I say, like even I feel like I've done a lot of mistakes, many a times. So to forgive myself sometimes it becomes very hard. So like when I feel like I've done a mistake and I've hurt someone, even though it was unintentional, but so how to go about with that?
Yeah, like I've seen that, like for example, I don't know how much influence are here in India, but in the West, one of the main religions is the Christianism. Here, maybe not so much, but they have a lot of this understanding of a strong. I don't know how to say in English, but when they make a mistake, they feel very, very, very bad.
Right.
Kind of,
Sure.
yeah, I think that is like a lot of guilt, and sometimes this guilt doesn't allow you to progress. So my suggestion is that you should, as Bhagavad Gita say, when the intelligent becomes strong, then the intelligent can easily help you to make the right decisions. But even if you commit that mistakes, which are natural, you also have the intelligence to make changes. This is like a different in the human being, and especially those who have Krishna consciousness, that they can see. Like, for example, you are saying, we commit mistake, I commit mistake. So that means that you understand, you have the intelligence to see that you are doing something wrong. So, for example, in Christianism, they kind of feel very guilty, and they think that they will change something if they just speak about that, but doesn't change anything. The process of bhakti change your heart. So when the intelligence become strong and more connected, you can see, oh yeah, this is wrong, or I did wrong, so what can I do to repair that? It's not guilt only. Guilt is good to some point that you understand you did something wrong. But if you feel very, very guilty, then you cannot progress. You become like depressed and you cannot progress. So there is always a way to forgive ourselves, forgive others. That's why one of the main principles that Lord Chaitanya taught as a base is that I should always be very, 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 feel very insignificant. But I should be very tolerant, like a tree. Like sometimes the people cut the tree, but still the same tree give fruits, give shade. It's not like because you are treating bad the tree will not give you shade or fruits. So the tree is very tolerant. And we should always try to respect others, everyone, but not expect that for us. So that four secrets will gradually make you to connect more with God. And whenever you commit a mistake, you can easily overcome. And connecting that with your first question, when you learn Bhagavad Gita as you want, as you have many questions, that will give your strength, your intelligence will become very strong and will have the ability to take the right decisions. And even if sometimes, like in the third chapter, in the end of the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there is a lot of explanation of why we commit mistake, what push us to commit mistakes. So if you know that technique, and when that enemy reside in us, where and when, how, then you can fight. Like if you are like in a constant battle and you know where the enemy is, you can address the problem. So yeah, I will say all the answers as in Bhagavad Gita, and then other shastras will give you more deep understanding, like Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. But my suggestion is you focus in Bhagavad Gita and study from those who know the Bhagavad Gita, and you will see that there are answers for everything. Yes.
Share some thought on the importance of having a spiritual master. And what's their role now?
See, when we learn something, we always need a guide. So to have a teacher, a guide, a guru is a must. And we should first understand how to find a guru. Who is a guru? What are the qualities of a guru? But in India there are many gurus, but to be a guru you should have some quality. Like for example, if you have a chair, the chair will make you sit. So to see that this is a chair, you have some qualities, and that make the chair a chair, not only the name, but that serve the purpose. So in the same, we should try to understand what is a guru from Shastra. So in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, explain very clearly that we should approach, if we want to learn the science, any science, especially spiritual science, we should approach to a guru, we should ask questions, we should serve him and be submissive. So a guru has many qualities, but one of the main qualities of a guru in the path of bhakti is that the guru will never consider himself as a god. Like here in India, we have many gurus, many gods, but if we want to follow bhakti, we should understand that the supreme god is Lord Krishna or Ramachandra, the supreme person, the supreme god. And a guru will take us to them, but guru will not say, I am God, or you will become God. So that's one very important thing of a guru, that the guru should declare himself servant of God. Das. It's very important. And the guru should also follow what the Shastra says. It's not like guru will tell you something that he dreamed, or just because he wants this, he will tell you. Whatever the guru tells you need to be, how you say, also say in the Shastras. How you say, back up by the Shastra. Whatever the guru will tell you, he learned from his guru, from the Shastra, and he's giving you the example. Right? The example, like, for example, many people say, okay, you can do, say, stop smoking, or be vegetarian, do yoga, but they smoke, they're not vegetarian. So what kind of guru can really is telling you, no, smoke is not good, but they're smoking. So it's not a guru. A person like that cannot be a guru. First, they need to be good disciples, and then they can help others. But a guru should be according with the Shastras. A guru should have a guru. There's some gurus, they don't have guru. They become guru, but they don't have guru. A guru is also a disciple. A good guru is a good disciple. So that's a very important to have a guru, because the Lord himself say that he's more happy, as Parvati was asking Lord Shiva, when we worship the devotee of the Lord than the Lord. The Lord become more pleased when we worship the devotees or the things connected to him. So to have a guru is must, but also we should know what is a real guru, not a cheap guru that will not take you to the place where you want to go. So it's very important. And also, Prabhupada say many times that before, when you are knowing a guru, when you want to become disciple, it's very important to be very, you can analyze the guru. Don't accept the guru just like that. Once you become the disciple, you should be very submissive. But when you're looking for a guru, you should be very, very analytic. You should see the guru if really is that the person who inspired me in bhakti? Is that the person who really practice what the Shastras say? Shouldn't accept the guru just like that. We should be very analytic. But once we accept them in the heart, and when we accept them as a guru, then there is no questioning, there is only submission. But before that process, we should analyze, see what is the person who will help me the best. So that's very important to have a guru. We should be intelligent of how to choose a guru, and we should be intelligent also to see that if is really a guru or not. Any other questions from this side, this side? Yeah, please.
I wanted to ask how we stay focused. If I decide that I want to chat, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Netflix. So it's like if I have 1 hour, so then it gets wasted, and then I regret. I would have chatted. So I don't know what exactly how to stay motivated or how to stay focused. That's my question.
See, normally when we start chanting, when we need the focus, the best way to be focused is be with persons who are focused. Like, because it's like a disease. If you are with someone like in the COVID time that has COVID, you will get the COVID. So if you want to be focused and you are with persons who are very focused, you will get that. But not always is possible. Sometimes it's not always possible. Sometimes you will be in a situation where you are alone. So whenever you get the chance to be with persons who are focused, especially the source of focus, that's why the process of chanting is very powerful, because to chant and to hear, you need focus. If you don't chant, then there is no chance to be focused. So many people say, that they want to be focused, they want to chant, but they don't chant. So the first step is to fix some minimum numbers of rounds. Like when you, for example, want to achieve something in life, you need to make a goal. Say, okay, maybe I will not be able to do it, maybe it will be difficulties, but I want to go there. And then you set up intermediate goals of how to reach that. So your goal is to be focused in the chanting. If you are focused in chanting, you will be focused in many aspects of your life that help in different ways when you are able to focus in the holy name. So that will keep you focused. So for that, you need to say, okay, I also, for example, need to check my social media, my Facebook, WhatsApp, so you can see how much time you need. Like you have the intelligence to decide how much time of your life you want to give to that, and how much time I want to give to chanting. Like give half an hour, 1 hour, 45 minutes. I think half an hour is reasonable time, and you try to see, okay, in the weekends I can have this half an hour for chanting. It's like utilize more your intelligence, like make a strategy. You know what time is best for you to chant. Maybe for you have duties, for example, in the home, in your work, so sometimes are not very good for chanting. So you need to see what are the times that are best. But also it's very important, like a gradual process. So you try, keep trying, but don't be dismotivated if you cannot do it the first day or first week. Just try. So make a strategy, a plan, how much time you want to spend. Then you will see how many rounds you can chant in that time. And sometimes, for example, you have your time for chanting and you will go to the phone, for example, then you understand, okay, I shouldn't do that. So like that, it will become gradual. But a technique is like try to find, for example, when I am chant, I put my phone very far. And I see, for example, my mind sometimes say, okay, you're tired. So I never sit when I chant. Normally I walk. So mind cannot tell me you're tired. So I walk. So sometimes we say, oh, but someone may call you or you need to see your WhatsApp. I'm sorry, but I'm not available for 20 minutes. So, or sometimes you do like one round. I will spend just 5 minutes in this round and then I will see my phone. Sometimes, for example, someone needs to call you or you need to check for something that is coming. So say, okay, I will check, but first I will chant one round. One round, I will not go to drink water. I will not go to the bathroom. I will not eat. I will not. 5 minutes. And then I will do that. So you do it, and then you do, and then you come back. It's like that. You have a commitment. So sometimes you can commit for 5 minutes, then you need to do other things, or sometimes you can commit it for half an hour. So it's kind of a bit more having a strategy. That is when you are alone. But when you are with others, for example, you come to these meetings and you can use this time to be with others who are focusing chanting. So that's like a gradual process that will help you. Your own strategy and also take the focus from those who have the focus. Okay. That is. Anyone else? Or... Yeah.
So all Guru Maharaj and ISKCON are all so nice, and all the qualities that you just mentioned are there. So then how do we then make a decision that our heart sometimes goes with this Guru Maharaj?
See,
so then how do we make a decision?
A relation between a guru and a disciple is something that is not material, it's something spiritual. And when you meet your guru, you will feel a very strong connection. You don't have doubt. You will feel it. But for that, you need to hear about them. You need to hear about their disciples, and they need to hear about himself. Like, for example, here, right now, a very strong spiritual master is Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He visits regularly Mumbai. So you can hear, for example, from his disciples, you can hear from him, and then, okay, you can analyze what you're feeling. Then you can see other gurus, you can hear more lectures. So this is the process of knowing a guru, is to hear about him, hear himself, or what he have done, what is his life, and be very patient, because sometimes people just want a guru immediately, but sometimes things take time. I see many people sometimes try to rush things, but Krishna has a plan for each of us. And when we try to do things so fast, sometimes doesn't go well. So we need patience. Very important in life, in bhakti, is to be very careful of doing the wrong things, not doing wrong things, doing proper things, but also be very enthusiastic always. That okay, I have a problem, but I know I will overcome this problem. Maybe I don't have focus, like you mentioned, but okay, I know I will get the focus. You need to be very encouraged, like enthusiastic, and the Lord will help. And also, we should be very patient. Like for example, in the Shastras, it mentioned that when a lady get married, you cannot have kid immediately. You need to wait for 9 months. It's a process. It's like I'm married, okay, tomorrow I will be a mother. No, take time. You need to, prepare yourself. It's a process. So the same for a guru for a spiritual life. It's not like I come a spiritual life and immediately everything comes. It takes work, take patience, and that also is good because it helps us to be more deep, more mature. So my suggestion is yes, hear different gurus in ISKCON, hear about them from them also, and then you can also pray to the Lord. That's very important because the guru is sent by the Lord. The Lord himself send you a guru to guide you in the right process. So you should also pray to him that please, Radharani, Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda, send me your representative, send me my guide so I can connect with you. And I will reciprocate. That's a very important step in bhakti, that when you serve the Lord also will reciprocate. So pray to the Lord is also very, very important. Did I answer your question? Okay. Mate. Yeah, yeah. See, Radha Madhav deities, the deities in Mayapura are the deities that Srila Prabhupada installed are small deities. So what he wanted is to take these deities in preaching. And these deities were in different parts of India. Like Srila Prabhupada, for example, went to Gorakhpur, and he took these deities and he was giving classes, very nice classes, very deep classes. And finally, he decided that the deities of Radha Madhava should stay in Mayapur. Okay. So Prabhupada also wanted to, because one of our preachings is that Radha and Krishna are no different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So Srila Prabhupada wanted Radha Madhava to also have another deity of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So normally in the traditional system, we worship Radha Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then we have this deity. But at that time, Mayapur was like a countryside. And after Lord Chaitanya appeared, like every maybe 5 years, we see that the Ganga covered the places, flood the places. So after Lord Chaitanya birth, after he finished his pastime, the Ganga covered most of the area. Like now this area is like in a hole, so it's very easy to get flood. So after that flood, Muslims start to live in that area. So what happened that was the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. So normally the devotees wanted like the same thing like happened with Lord Ram. So naturally it was kind of this dispute of this is my land. Oh no. Before you, my Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there. So it was some fight. So but still was like a rice field because the rice need wet land, need water. So because of the flood, that land became very wet. So very good for rice. And most of the people that grow rice in the area were Muslims. So different Gaudiya Vaishnavas, even the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta, wanted to re-establish the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. Even his father Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the Guru Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we are telling about more than 200 years ago. But the Muslims were a little upset, so there were some fights. So we opened the temple of ISKCON, and Muslim wanted to attack. So they also stole the deities in the night. They stole the deities of Radha and Krishna, the Radha Madhav. It was a big fight, but the devotees recovered the deities. But these deities are very, very special. Later with the time, in Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada wanted to have a bigger deities of Radha Madhav. So in the 90s, they installed the deities, the big deities. They're like 2 meters big, but the original deities were small Radha Madhava that were installed by Srila Prabhupada, and he was taking these deities in Parikram, but then decided to put the deities in the temple. And yeah, there is many reciprocations, like not only Radha Madhava, but many deities.
Want to hear that if you are having time,
Yeah.
share some respect. I've heard some random stories about how Radha Madhava are reciprocating.
Mhm.
If it is possible.
Okay, I will tell one. Okay, so I was there and I saw a little bit that what happened. Like, see, the Lord manifests himself like a deity. This is in our Shastra, that the deity is not different from the person. So we should treat the deity as a person, not just a statue. Of course, the deity is made from different materials, but doesn't mean that the Lord is not there. We invite the Lord, like when we see in Ram Mandir, there was the Prana Pratishta. So we invite the Lord here. So if the Lord is there, so we respect him as a person. So when in the night they offer milk to Radha Madhav, they give the hot milk, but the glass is made of silver, so it's very hot. When you touch, like, ooh, burning, because you put boiled milk there, the metal become very hot. So you cannot touch because it's very hot. So what they do normally is that they put one cloth around the glass. So the meditation is when the Lord take the milk, will not burn, so we'll take the cloth. And also they put an empty glass. So like the meditation is, yeah, they put the milk with different sweets, and they put the glass with the milk and the cloth and empty glass. So they can do like sometimes in the train we go like this. So the meditation is that the Lord is there with the gopis, with Radharani, and they can serve the Lord, they can cool the milk and give to the Lord. So one day the pujari, I remember I was cleaning the altar, removing flowers, and everything is very fast because you need to put the deities to sleep, and there is so many deities, so everything needs to be very fast. So we were a little late, and the devotee who made the milk forgot to put the cloth and the empty glass. It was very fast, so you just put the milk, some sweet plate, and we came out. The devotees who were cleaning came out, because when the offerings go, you should go out. Not like here, sometime in the night they give the offering, but they give one cloth where you cannot see the offering, but you can see the darshan murtis. So there it's I'm speaking nighttime, 9:30 in the night. So we need to close the altar to go out. So, but we didn't finish to clean. So the pujari say, okay, come out, and when the Lord finish the offering, then you can come back and finish the cleaning. But the pujari forgot to put, and we came out from the altar, and then the pujari, we were talking outside the altar, that, he said, I forgot to put the milk to, like, the cloth, the empty glass. And he said, what to do now? And suddenly one big sound came, like that. And we thought maybe some animal inside the altar. So we went inside, and all the milk was like very, like the offering is here, the glass was there. And just he was thinking, oh, I did this mistake, because like he was feeling like, oh, maybe no, when we offer Krishna will be too hot. And when he thought that, in the same moment, the sound came, and we came inside, and the milk was there, like everything, like, but there were nothing. Not, we thought maybe some cat or some rat, something, but how is possible? Not? So we thought, okay, we meditate this for the Lord, and the Lord reciprocate that. Okay, I burn myself. So You understand? It's not like the Lord born. It's like the Lord. It's transcendental, but because you are worshiping the Lord in that mood, He reciprocates. So it's something I remember with Radha Madhava that happened. I saw because I was there. So it's
You were
something.
there in this,
Yeah. I was there. So I didn't give the meal. Was a friend of mine, a brahmachari, and we were discussing with him outside the altar. Okay, what clothes we will put tomorrow, what we need to do, and then suddenly he remembered. Oh, I forgot to put the glass on the. And then when he thought that, boom, the milk, that was inside. We were outside the altar. So
Krishna's head was something.
no.
Vijay told me that story, na, that
Yeah, I mean, it happened several times, but no, I don't see the Lord like no. But this, at least this is what I saw. It happened. It could happen. Like for example, I remember one year. Like it was very interesting that we were having some kirtan mela in Mayapur, the deities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and at that time I have more time, so I was doing more service in the altar. So the devotees was doing a kirtan, and we went inside the altar to close the altar, and we could see the faces of all the deities of Panchatattva. They were like crying, and of course you see the deities made for metal, and when there is so many people in the room, there is so much like humidity. And then when the humidity is a little hot and touch the coal, it become condensed. This is natural, but it seems like very clear tears, like it could happen in other part of the, but he was just here like that. So I remember like it was very interesting to see how the deity also reciprocate, that they are also with emotion, and it was very real. This is the only time that I saw this in the deity, but that time with Radha Madhava and the milk, yeah, I was there, and there much many other instances. But this is something that I remember right now.
I think the other glass which you mentioned, do you ever check that if the other glass has milk?
You see what happened that he's supposed to put two glasses, and he put only one glass. So the glass with the milk was like out with.
But when you come to pick those two glasses up,
Uh,
do you see any milk in the other glass which
no,
is
the other glass was not there. Oh, okay. Normally,
no,
I cannot tell. Could be. I never saw, never heard. Could be. I will be lying if I tell you yes, this happened. I never saw, but could happen. Could happen. Yeah. Last question. One more question. Okay.
sorry, but wait a minute, Prabhuji, sometimes I do some cooking seva.
Mm.
So it happens sometimes, the preparation is late, and the pujari prepares the plate, and it's already time to offer to deities. Then I used to tell that keep some, have some fans, so it's too hot to offer, milk and thali. So he used to say, no, it's time that we have to offer. So what is the ideal thing, that we have to see the clock, or we have to keep our food a little, it should not be that hot. It should be.
See, in deity worship there is two things, and the more important is the bhakti. Like you can do the offering, but if you don't do it with love, with the feeling that the Lord will accept, that maybe it's too hot, will be not so much benefit, because the more important is the bhakti. But after bhakti, in deity worship is be clean and be punctual. Because this, for example, if you are cooking for your family members, they have time to eat. This is the time to eat. So if you are a little late, they will say, "Hey, come on, I'm very hungry." So the Lord is the same, very punctual and very clean. So it's both things. But I would say that it depends so much of the person that offer and cook this love, that maybe it's too hot, maybe you are cooking and the other person no need to be on time. So you meditate on the Lord, say, please forgive. We give it like that, but should be also such many organization that you cook, or whoever cooks, in such a way that they give some time. It's like you are boiling the dal, and as boiled, you put there and you offer. No, you give some time, okay, the devotee will come at 6, so the dal should be ready by maybe 5:40, something like that.
One devotee, I argue that don't offer so hot. Then that devotee would be that why we don't like to have, hot meal like garam garam cha.
Mm.
Then I was like, we like, of course we like, but when we are offering to Krishna, Lord Krishna, then I used to think that it should not be so much hot. I
Yeah.
used to feel that,
See,
but
in Mayapur, of the main pujaris of Radha Madhava is Janani Prabhu. So Janani Prabhu, he was trained by Srila Prabhupada. And when he trained other pujaris, he trained in that way, that we should think in the Lord like a person. It's not like because he's a deity, it doesn't feel hot. Or in the true sense, they don't feel hot, they don't feel hungry. But because we are inviting the Lord as a person and we want to develop a personal relation with him, we should think as a person, because that will qualify us to serve the Lord not in a deity, in his personal form in the spiritual world, when we are qualified. And of course, like Krishna is never hungry, but still hungry Mother Yashoda wants to cook at a time. Sometimes Krishna doesn't get sick, it's God. But because Krishna reciprocated as a person, he sometimes made himself like getting sick, stomach, like Lord Chaitanya also. So we should develop this personal relationship because this is our aim. So deity worship gives this benefit that we are like why we are cooking if Lord is never satisfied. Lakshmi, Radharani, they are cooking for the Lord. Why I should cook for him? He's not hungry, but the Lord accept our love, and that is unique. That's we are expansions of the Lord, and the Lord expand Himself to have more pleasure. More people serving Him, He get more pleasure, and when He's happy, we are also happy. So that is the process of bhakti based on love. So that in deity worship is very important that you feel the Lord as a person, and when you serve the Lord as a person, He will manifest Himself as a person. If you see Him just okay, I need to offer the time, it will be okay, but He will never manifest Himself as a person because you're closing the door to be in a personal relation with Him. So what you are doing is very good. So you can try, maybe tell other devotees. Sometimes they don't listen, but you should try. And very respectful, and you can do like that.
I'm just
Yeah.
wondering. Okay, so in life situations, what happens is sometimes people like to hear what they want to hear. So how do you say the truth to the person without offending them? So how do you maintain a level of humility and assertiveness?
See, when this happens, you should first see your position in relation with that person. Because, for example, if it's a person senior than you, if it's a person in the same level, it's a very difficult question to answer like that because you need to see the situation.
So it can be a situation where, say it's the, the boss or the employee, or it can be a situation where it's an older uncle or aunt and then it's you, or it is a parent versus the child, or it is where, you know that you're saying something truthful, but the person is not in a position to take that truth. And and still you're supposed to say the truth to them, but you also have to be humble, but then you also need to be assertive.
Okay.
So then, so that you do. So how do you balance?
See, I remember one time Srila Prabhupada was in New York, and he was sitting in his chair, and he was saying, before I became a guru, it was so nice because I didn't need to correct anyone. But now that I am a guru, it's my duty to correct you. I don't want to see anything wrong, but it's my duty. So in this sense, you need to see your relation with that person. You say, for example, if your boss, don't waste your time. Because you're in another position. And really, will give you more problem to you.
So then how do you, like, when you're supposed to be saying something, and if it's a matter of life or death or something like that,
Oh, okay.
you really need to set things very straight.
Very good.
then what do you do?
Very good. If it's a matter of death or life, it's something like, for example, even if it's your boss and he is going to, for example, just this something like will really happen. So you need to, in a humble way, give some advice. But see, normally people that don't ask questions and they are in a position superior than you, very difficult for them to accept good
So should you-
suggestions.
Should you lie?
Lie.
Tell a lie then, not say the truth.
No, you should, like if it's something dead, this is very important. Dead of life. If it's something dead of life, it's your duty to say. Duty to say. But and truthful and respectful way. And also detach. Because don't expect that because your instruction is good, the person will follow. Every person have different things. Like for example, I remember one time I was with my guru. We were in Africa, and we were like coming from a preaching program, and we were in a car in the highway, and he was sitting in the front seat, the driver. Then we were there in the back, in the middle, and some devotees in the back side. So we were speeding up like more than 130 kilometers. Okay, and one devotee was in the backside start to feel some sound. Some problem was there in the wheel. But he said, should I tell? Should I not tell? He was thinking maybe some accident can happen. And he said, no, I'll forget. After maybe 2 minutes, this wheel came out and the car started to spin like that. And the car went like that. Okay, so this happened. This is a situation of death of life. The next day, he was telling this to our Guruji that he knew something that he didn't say. And my Guruji was not happy. He said, this is a situation of death of life. So whenever you feel something like that may happen, you should tell, hey, be careful, this sound is coming, maybe you slow down. Maybe the driver will not follow, but you did your duty. Okay, so different situation, different. I personally would suggest that you should try to only guide persons when they ask you questions. Because sometimes we want to guide people for their benefit, but they're not interested in being guided. So when people are interested, normally they ask questions. They ask you what to do in this case, what do you think about that? That person is open. But when the person is not like that, they are wasting your time. And you will be suffering more than that person because you will questioning so much yourself. But if it's a death or life situation, you should always speak in a respectful way and detach. It doesn't, maybe they will not follow. Most probably they will not follow, but you did your duty. Okay? Okay, so I'll finish here. Approve anything else? Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. All the best. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So we express our gratitude to Haridas Chaitanya Prabhu by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Spend more time later on, next week or any time.
Yeah, I
if
will
you
be
have.
happy. Let's see how things develop.
Yes, yes. Hare Krishna.